Hi TV people! Right then folks, we've taken the wall out to make an open plan kitchen to give it a bit of sex appeal for the students. So we put a concrete lintel in across there. We've had to leave a nibbin down there, and that's obviously so the steel can sit on. So, a bit of jargon for you, or a little bit of education for you folks at home. The party wall, which is the wall between here and next door, so this is a typical terraced house. So, row of terraced, and this is the wall separating these two houses, because that's next door, and this is this wall. And this wall here that separates the two is only 1 brick thick. So that's what we call a 4-inch wall, because that's the 4 inches is the thickness of my the brick. 4-inch, which basically means it's just that thickness there. So give it a tickle, folks. So the problem we've got is if we put this concrete lintel straight into there, if we take a brick out of this wall, we're going to be straight into next door. So we've then got a hole next door, we've got to plaster it, and that becomes what's called a party wall issue. So that's the party wall. When you're doing something like this, we should be notifying next door and getting a party wall surveyor in to come and do an assessment on both sides of the property before we carry out work to make sure we can't do any more damage. So a little bit of technical notes there for you. Shooting the party wall. Okay, so what we've done to get around that is we've left some brickwork in so that we haven't got to take a hole into this wall. We can just rest it on this wall that's actually tied in to this wall here. So these bricks, every so many bricks, there's actually a brick tying into that there. So it's good, it's safe, and it's past building control. So we put the concrete lintel in above. So that's obviously to take the weight of anything above there, which means we've got a nice big open space now. And then the contingency, or what we find is when we're doing these things, we always end up finding something else, so we start uncovering. So above me, you can see we've got another concrete lintel going across there, because there was a piece of wood here, so there's an existing lintel there that's carrying one side of the brickwork, and the outside lintel has been replaced now because the wood was rotten. And where is it? So this was the original piece of wood that was up there, and the power of the tickling stick. Give it a tickle and I can pull it apart so it's rotten. And the reason is because this part here was an open piece of glass, it hadn't been flashed in properly, which means weathered in across here. So the water is seeping behind and sitting on the wood, and obviously it's rotted over many times, many years. So it's now buggered and we've had to change it. So that's now done. We're just waiting for it to go off. This will be finished the following day. There's a little bit of knowledge for you people. So that's a simple principle. Basically, a piece of concrete lintel is there to take the weight above. It needs to sit on something, so we've got a pillar down there to avoid the party wall. The same there, and obviously what the contingency is that when we are doing these things and we start taking things apart, things that have been rotting or degrading over time, we would end up finding, so we've had to change the lintel across there as well. But at least now we know it's done right and it's safe. Now let's just get a skip and get rid of all this rubbish. Little bit of knowledge there, folks. I'll see you soon. Mwah.